So in the last few videos, we've been learning a whole lot about our package manager and how it works. And we learned about the cache and what it's for, and we've learned about how to update the cache and how to upgrade all of the software on our system to the newest versions using the package manager, which is all super awesome stuff. But how can we install new packages? That's what we want to know. Well, with the background that you've gained from the previous videos, installing will now be really easy to understand and not just something that you have to memorize. And by the end of this video, you will know how to install new software from the command line. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so now that we know that our cache and system are fully up to date, let's go ahead and install some new software. So let's say that I've heard of a program called X-Eyes, and X-Eyes apparently makes a window with some funny eyes pop up that follow your mouse cursor around the screen, and I think this is interesting and I want to install it. So to do that, first we need to know what package the X-Eyes program comes in. So let's search the cache for it. The way that we do that is we do apt cache search for X-Eyes, and it will give us every package that has something to do with X-Eyes. And we've heard of this package called X11 apps, let's say, and we're like, that's the one I've heard of. Let me go and have a closer look at it. So what we do apt cache show X11 apps. Okay, so you give it the name of the package here, and that'll give us a bunch of information. But let's just clear the screen and pipe that through less so we get a bit of a closer look. Okay. And when we open this here, we can see that actually we get a lot of information about the package, but down here in the description, it says that this package provides a miscellaneous assortment of X applications that ship with the X Windows system, including, and it will tell us that we've got tools for manipulating bitmap images, something for a tool that tells you when you have new email, and so on. And then there's one here called X-Eyes, and X-Eyes is a demo program in which a pair of eyes track the pointer. So that's what we want, and we realize that actually we want to have a look at this. There's also another one called Xman, which is a manual page browser, which might be useful as well. Okay, so now we're pretty convinced we want to install the X11 apps package. How can we do that? Well, it's actually really easy. All we've got to do, if we get out of less, is just when we clear the screen, all we have to do is type sudo apt-get install X11 apps. So we just enter the name of the package. Now, notice that we're using apt-get again to install the package, because we want our package manager to get data from the internet and not just from the local cache. And we also pass the package name that we want to install, and because we want to install X11 apps, we typed X11 apps in there. Now when we press enter, we see that it'll ask for our password, which we enter, and then the package manager is going to go ahead and install the new packages with any dependencies that are actually required. Now sometimes it might ask for your permission if it needs to install a lot, but because it's only installing about 600 kilobytes, it was like, yeah, let me just go ahead and install it. I don't need to ask for permission for something that's so small, okay? But now there's nothing we need to do. The package is installed, and it's as simple as that. Now X11 apps is a pre-compiled package, also known as a binary package. Now most packages are binary packages, which means that the code that make the software has been pre-compiled and ready to go beforehand, so you don't have to do any of that configure, make install stuff that we did a few videos ago yourself. Okay, just install the package from the repositories and you're done. And what's better, the package will also be tracked for updates, so that you can update the package if new updates are made available. How awesome is that? Now let's try out our new software. So we wanted to use the X-Eyes program. So if we just clear the screen and type X-Eyes in there and press enter, we'll see that we get these funny googly eyes pop up on the screen that follow our mouse around. So if I put the mouse down here, oh, where's it gone? I scared away the eyes. If I pop him up here, then it'll follow around. Probably not as fluidly as I'd like, but I'm going to put that down to us running this in a virtual machine. But if, it does follow it a whole lot nicer. But that's pretty cool, right? Now, the awesome thing is the way that everything that you install will come with its own man page. So if I just close X-Eyes here, then if I do man X-Eyes, you'll see that it's actually now also got a manual page installed, and it says a follow the mouse X demo. And it's also got some options, so you can even control the X-Eyes program from the command line. And we can see here that there is an option here called center, which allows you to choose a different color for the center of the eyes. So let's, for example, if we do X-Eyes, then give it the center option and tell it, I think it's 2 dashes, center blue. Oops, no, maybe just one dash. There we go. Now the center of the eyes is blue. But what I want you to notice here is the way that, look, when you open the X-Eyes program graphically, you don't have the option to change the color of the eyes, right? But from the command line, you can change that and a whole lot more. So this is highlighting for you just how powerful the command line is and how it does give you more abilities than is possible with a graphical editor. And if you can't edit the colour of googly eyes, then tell me, what really is the point of having a computer? Now, the X11 apps package came with quite a few other pieces of software inside, one of which is called Xman, which you might find useful. Now, Xman is a graphical window for looking at the manual pages. So if we get rid of Xeyes here and close it, and then we type Xman, we'll see a window pop up over here. Now, you can search the man pages using this. So if we click on manual page right there, it'll open up a bigger window. And if we click on the options at the top here, if we hold down the mouse button, it shows the menu. So you need to hold down the mouse button and you'll see this drop down menu. Then if you go on search and let go of the mouse, that's as if we've clicked the search thing. And now we can search for something in here. So this is, for example, if we take a look at LS and we try to look at it as a manual page, then it'll open up the LS manual page and you can browse through it here. So this is a more, I guess, graphical way of taking a look at the manual pages than you do with the command line. But, you know, I guess it just makes it look a bit prettier. And you can also look at the sections. So you can look in user commands and you can see all of the user commands here. And if I wanted to look at, let's say, the address to line command, I'd just click on that and it will open up. So it's a nice graphical way of browsing through the manual. So that's something that you can play around with if you like. And one thing I also want to highlight is how by installing one package, the X11 apps package, we've actually installed multiple different pieces of software, which is super cool. And we didn't have to do any compiling, we didn't have to do any configuring. All we had to do was make sure that our package list was up to date using sudo apt-get update, and then all we had to do then was just sudo apt-get install and then a package name, and that's it. We can rest assured that we've got the most up-to-date version of that package, and it's all sorted. We didn't even have to find out if the package was suitable for our computer's architecture and decide between, you know, i386 or AMD 64. That was all catered for automatically, which is awesome. But all of the software in that package was pre-compiled. So what if we wanted to utilize the freedoms that free software gives us and access the source code for a package and modify it? Well, accessing the source code from the repositories is also very easy, but there are a few edits that you need to make. So for all that freedom goodness, I'll see you in the next video.